The video flickered to life, and there was Bastian, grinning at the camera from his sleek recording studio. The familiar backdrop of movie posters and paranormal paraphernalia seemed to mock me as he launched into his introduction.
Hey there, hamsters! Your favorite truth seeker here, coming at you with a doozy of a revelation. Now, I know a lot of you have been following my investigation into the Voynich Manuscript and the whole lost feminist civilization theory. But what you don't know is the ugly truth behind this so-called groundbreaking discovery.
I gritted my teeth, my knuckles turning white as I gripped the edge of the table. Regina shot me a sympathetic look, her hand coming to rest on my shoulder in a gesture of solidarity.
You see,
Bastian continued, his voice dripping with self-satisfaction.
a few years back, I had the misfortune of getting involved with a certain pretentious journalist who fancied herself a regular Lois Lane. This woman, Amalia Rose, had a habit of looking down her nose at the hard work of dedicated researchers like myself and my loyal hamsters. She thought her fancy degree and her cushy job at the city rag made her better than the rest of us, that her methods were somehow more legitimate than the tireless efforts of citizen journalists and truth seekers.
Scully let out a mournful meow, as if sensing the tension radiating from my rigid form. I barely registered Regina's murmured reassurances, my focus entirely consumed by the man on the screen and the bile rising in my throat.
Well, I'm here to tell you that Ms. Rose is nothing but a fraud, a charlatan who will stop at nothing to push her feminist agenda, even if it means ignoring cold, hard facts. And that's exactly what she's doing with this Voynich Manuscript nonsense. I've been playing along, letting her think I'm on board with her little wild goose chase, all the while gathering evidence to expose her for the liar she is.
My mind reeled as Bastian's words sank in. Had our entire reunion been a ruse, a ploy to get close to me and sabotage my investigation? Bastian rolled his eyes.
I bet soon Ms. Rose will be reporting that the likes of Taylor Swift and Ryan Gosling are part of a secret feminist society.
Close he forgot Greta.
Confused, I ignored Regina. Bastian's betrayal made me sick to my stomach, even as a small voice in the back of my head whispered that something didn't add up. As if reading my thoughts, Bastian reached up and fiddled with the metal hanging around his neck, a tiny golden R that glinted in the light of his studio. A wave of recognition crashed over me, followed by a surge of confusion. That metal, that token of our shared past? Why would he wear it now, in the midst of this blistering attack on my character?
I have proof,
Bastian declared, his eyes glinting.
That Ms. Rose and her crackpot collaborator, Dr. Emily Hathaway, have been conspiring to fabricate evidence, to twist the truth to fit their narrative. Let me be clear. The Voynich is nothing else than a crude, encrypted copy of another medieval handbook mainly on health, herbs, and venoms by Giovanni Cadamosto. Here, can you see the similarities?
His image was replaced by pages of a medieval manuscript, showing plants and even a bathing scene.
And I'll be revealing all of it in my upcoming videos. So stay tuned, hamsters, and remember, don't believe a word these charlatans say. The truth will come out, and I'll be the one to bring it to you.
With that, the video froze, leaving me staring at Bastian's satisfied grin. Regina let out a low whistle, her eyes wide with disbelief.
Well, I guess that settles it. No man can be trusted, not even the ones who claim to care about the truth. Bastian Ham is nothing but a lying, backstabbing Joe Rogan wannabe. The carbon dating is clear. The Voynich Manuscript is older than Cadamosto's herbal.
I shook my head, my thoughts spinning like a kaleidoscope. Part of me wanted to believe Regina, to write Bastian off as just another man threatened by powerful women and their secrets. But something nagged at me, a persistent doubt that wouldn't let go. Maybe, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. Or maybe there's more to this than meets the eye. That medal he was wearing. The R stands for Rosie. He bought it when we were together. A symbol of our partnership, our bond. Why would he put it on now, in the middle of all this? It doesn't make sense. Regina snorted, her gaze hardening.
Girl, please. He's just trying to mess with your head, throw you off your game. Don't let that man and his fragile ego get to you, Amalia. We've got bigger fish to fry.
But before I could respond, my phone began to buzz insistently. the screen lighting up with my editor's name. With a sinking feeling, I lifted the phone to my ear, already knowing what was coming.
Amalia, what the hell were you thinking? Associating yourself with that hack Bastian Ham? Letting yourself get dragged into his conspiracy theorist nonsense? Do you have any idea how much damage this could do to your credibility? To the credibility of this entire publication?
I closed my eyes, suddenly feeling very small and very tired. I can explain, I began, but my editor cut me off with a sharp bark of laughter.
Explain? What is there to explain? You've let yourself get sucked into a world of pseudoscience and mysticism, and now you're paying the price. You have 24 hours, Amalia. 24 hours to clear your name and prove that you're still the journalist I thought you were. Otherwise, you can consider yourself fired. Do I make myself clear?
The line went dead before I could respond, the dial tone echoing in my ear like a condemnation. I slumped back in my chair, my head spinning with the weight of everything that had just happened. Regina placed a gentle hand on my arm, her expression softening with sympathy.
Amalia, I know this is a lot to process, but we can't let Bastian or your editor or anyone else stop us from uncovering the truth. We're on the brink of something incredible here, something that could change the world as we know it. Are you really going to let some man's lies and some bureaucrat's threats stand in your way?
I took a deep breath, trying to steady myself. She was right, of course. I had come too far, risked too much to back down now. But as I stared at the frozen image of Bastian's face on my laptop screen, I had the feeling that I was missing something, some crucial piece of the puzzle that would make everything fall into place.